What's good, YouTube? It's your man, Turn Me Up Tony, back at it with another reaction video on this lovely Tuesday evening. So, today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have the end of party culture. Nightclubs is officially dead. Finito. Over. Now, I could attest to this. Like, I'm not a party person. I stay my ass in the house. I don't party. I probably throughout my whole entire high school, college life, I probably went to 2 parties. I never was the type to go clubbing, go parties. I was never really my forte. I play video games, play basketball, stuff like that. But apparently people saying that, you know, the culture is dying out. People are not going out anymore. I don't know. So, listen, we're going to just get right into this video, see what's going on with the party culture. Before we do, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get it.
I just think times are changing, or maybe I'm just changing, because everything I used to think I wanted or I thought was cool, it doesn't feel good anymore. Baby, for one, the club...
That's a fact. Fact number one. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic. I don't know if it's because we're getting older. I don't know what it is. Maybe the world is getting more crazier, but everything is a lot different. And it's not even just with partying and club culture. It's with, you know, just experiences, going to the movies. Nobody likes going to the movies no more. Nobody listen.
Culture is dead.
A lot to talk about.
Until y'all bring back dance floors, I will not be attending. That whole pop bottles, club up culture, sections culture, it's not natural.
I'm going to show you how busy it is on a Friday. Right, Megan, open the door. Are you ready?
Yo! Nah, I didn't know it was looking like this. Like, this is atrocious. Yo, imagine it's Friday night, you just got off of work, you get on some fresh attire, you all dolled up, or you got on your nice fresh fit, you just got on your new G Phasals, all white, extra crispy, got a fitted that match with it, whatever the case may be. Girl, you got your heels on, you got a nice dress, you know, you gather with your friends, and you say, you know, I'm about to go out, and I'm gonna party like it's 1985. Well. What do you know? Soon as you get there, get past the bouncers. Actually, it shouldn't even be no bouncers. You get in there and there's 2 people? How are they not shut down? How do they even have the money to afford it? Bro, nobody's there. They just running up the electric bill at this point. Bro, 2 people? You did all that just to go out and be like, yo, there's 2 people there, bro. I don't know if it's the post-pandemic. I thought there'd at least a few people in there. Maybe at least 20 to 30. Bro, 2 people? You the only people that... Yeah, no, they gotta be trolling. This can't be real. This can't be real. Wow.
Atlanta clubbing is so boring.
Nobody's even dancing.
$100 admission.
$100 admission to literally go in there and just sit around. No dancing, no socializing. You're sitting down, you're smoking hookah, and you're all just staring at each other. Like $100? $100. I could stay my ass home, turn on some Netflix. Matter of fact, I could create my own damn dance party. Turn on a Spotify, early 2000s playlist, and I can get jiggy. You not about to drag me out on a Friday night, and I gotta pay $100. First of all, I can't find parking anywhere, and I gotta pay $100 to go in this club just to look around, just to sit at a table. You crate with trash music. Y'all playing all this trap music.
But I'm happy I ain't paid for it.
So what's the club like now? They just stand around
Crazy.
looking on their phones.
Oh.
They sit around, they order bottle service, they look
Yeah.
on their phones. Think about the music
How's
that is
that
played
fun?
today. You can't dance to that music.
No, not really.
You can't like get. Do you remember just going to the club? The middle of the dance floor is
Packed.
jam packed.
Yes.
You're
I can imagine how our parents did it. Our parents was getting jiggy. Shoot, it seemed like the time up until like I'm gonna say like I say 2017 is like music has been like there's really no dancing music. What we supposed to be in there hitting the whip, the nay, TikTok dances? Listen, when I was growing up, and if I went to a dance party, our dance parties was more lit. I was in there cranking that Soldier Boy, Cotton Eye Joe, Electric Cha-Cha Real Smooth. Turn around. Like, that's what we grew up on. And our parents, they grew up on all the early 90s, 80s music. Back to life. Like, I bet you they was in that joint sweating, drenched. As if they just did a damn 3-hour cardio workout. Looking like you just did a damn hoop session. Nowadays, yo, you get into the spot, everybody just on their phone. At $100 for that? That's fun? You sitting there just texting back and forth? Like, come on, bro. I ain't probably even gonna be long on this video. This is probably gonna be at least a 10, maybe 15-minute video. Because I already see where this is going.
sweat. You're not trying to be there looking all. We didn't have pounds of makeup on our face.
At this point, no one can convince me that club culture is not dead. No one.
I don't know
Because
if the pandemic did it.
at this point, like in this day and age, it's not about, people going out having fun. It's really about people getting as much money out of you as possible. The amount of money that they're charging people does not align with the quality that people are getting. So last month, I go out with my friend because she invites me to this club, whatever. I've never been there before. First of all, it was like an Eventbrite type of setup. So you get your ticket and women are free from this hour to this hour. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get one of the free tickets. I show up there, and apparently they had two separate ones. They had women free if you show up by midnight or before midnight, and then women free if you show up before 1 a.m. So I showed up a little bit after 12 with my friend. So my friend gets in for free, but then they want to charge me.
That's
And at
crazy.
that point, I'm like, bro, I'm already
That's
here. I was like,
crazy.
fuck it. Whatever, I'll just give the $20. We'll see what this night's going to be like. And I tried to keep an open mind. The night was shit. Like, that place would not pass one health inspection. Like, the health code violations alone in there were telling. Like, they had hookah, like, people could get hookah there and stuff like that. And you could tell, like, their air ventilation purification system was not up to code because you left there. One, you couldn't breathe when you're in there most of the time.
Damn.
And you left there smelling like hookah smoke and whatever other smoke was going on in there. But I digress. My main issue was that when I left the next day, I looked at my bank statements and they charged me double for that ticket. So they charged me $40. So I was going to dispute that shit. So I called Chase, had them take it off of whatever. So I got the full $40 back. Fast forward to today, the 22nd of June, and I see that they charged me $20.
They was down that bad? Ain't no way. Is that bad? Is that bad where you got that second charge, it would have been it. I would have sued them to the last hookah smoke that they would have had in that place. You ain't gonna be charging my car for what? $20? They know what they was doing.
So you're telling me after all that, they could not let those $20 from one person go?
Guys, you know the club scene is dead when you see more and more women speaking out against it. They are the main demographic that goes to the club.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not too old for the earth, but I'm too old for the club. And let me tell you why. So my friend hit me up and she was like, "You trying to go out tonight?" And I'm like, "Sure."
She said the club.
And she was like,
She said the club. For the club.
"Okay, I'm gonna hit the promoter up, see if we get a table." I said, "Absolutely." And she was like, okay, the tables are $750 and $950. There's 3 of us.
Oh, who? Nigga, that's a coverage. $750 and $950 for a table? Yeah. $750. Yo, I don't care if I'm Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, however you say his last name. Ain't no way I'm paying $750 for no damn table. Ain't no way. I don't know how people could even have the gumption to even do something like that. That's how you know people in their pride and their ego and like this flex culture is just got y'all like demented. Because only people who are really caught up in an image and wanting to be seen, they will only do some dumb shit like that. I'm not finna go bust my ass throughout the whole week, get my paycheck just to go splurging on a damn table at a club where nobody's dancing. The food probably trash. It's hot. Nobody talking. Nobody socializing. For what? And it's a perpetuating cycle every single week. It's like TGIF. Yeah, we about to go out tonight. It's like, yo, I'd rather stay home, play my game, chill. I create my own DJ system, get crazy, bro. I'm not finna be going to no spot. Half of the time nowadays they shooting up all these. We're not gonna get into that, but $750, wow. Hey, worse than Uncle Sam.
So when I did the math, I was like, plus taxes and fees, if we get the $750 table, we're gonna be spending about $300 to $350 per person. She was like, well, fuck that. I could pay a bill. I said, exactly. She said, the only reason why I want to go out anyway is because my ex got the kids and I'm finally free and I want to go out and step out and have a little bit of fun.
Oh, boy.
And I know the DJ that's going to be at the club tonight is going to be good. Like, he plays, really good set. And I'm like, oh, yeah, so I would love to go too, but, $3 to $350 per person. And she was like, okay, well, how about this? We just go up there and we wing it. And I'm like, girl, was that supposed to make me want to go? She was like, well, between me, you, and our other friend, we gonna know somebody. And I said, oh, girl, that turned me off completely. Like, yes, we are gonna know somebody. And we have to talk to them and be in their face and be nice. We just too old for that. Like, even if we don't know somebody to get us in the club, I'm not about to be sitting in somebody's section while they trying to pour alcohol down my throat. And I don't know. I just envision that. I don't know, like, if that still happens. But I'm too old for that. I'm too old to be trying to be nice to some random dude so I can get in his section. I'm too old to trying to finesse my way in the club. I'm just too old. And she was like, friend, me too. We just fuck it. We ain't gonna go. I said, well, good. We not gonna go. Because that's why, remember I told y'all I had went to the club this summer and all the females in there was between the ages of 21 and 24. And this is probably why, because, I mean, at that age, you don't mind, finessing and scheming to get your way in for free and having fun. Like, that's fine. But when you reach my age, like, okay, I just want things to be smooth. But then I'm like, I don't want to spend all this money for it to be smooth. Like, I come from an era where we used to go to the club with no money or very little money and come back intoxicated. So I'm like, that's... And then when I did start buying bottles, towards my later years going to the club, like,
pull up at the club,
I didn't mind spending $1,000 on a table back in the day. That was stupid.
Did she just say spending $1,000 on a table? Oh my gosh, you just as bad back then than you trying to accumulate for now. Like, back then, $1,000 is crazy, more crazier than spending $300 now. Like, that's crazy. $1,000, $1,000, sis, 1,000. It was, bro. It ain't that lit. Going to the club and party is not worth spending a whole band. You could do you could go invest that money within yourself, whatever projects or endeavors you want to do. You can go give that invest that into some real estate. I'm okay. You can't really do much in real estate, but I'm talking about like far as stocks or at least a startup for a business or something. Like $1,000 is like, I'm not saying there's a whole lot of money, but for back then, that was something. You could have saved that and stacked on top of that from a rent. Like, bro, to go out for one night of fun it's just not worth it, bro. That flex culture is overrated. It is overrated. Overrated. And y'all been finessed up until now. I think the reason why it's dying because y'all now realizing how much of a finesse and scam that it is. That is a scam. That is a scam. I'm not saying you don't go out and have a fun time and socialize, but you can do that without having to spend a large amount of money. You can do that without doing that. That's crazy.
But I didn't mind. But now I mind. So I guess we just not gonna go.
I don't care if I even had it.
Yeah, clubbing over 30. I'm just don't have time for the politicking and being nice. I just want to get in, get out, and go home. Oh, not to mention the 750 table, they wasn't trying to give us top shelf liquor. They were trying to give us regular liquor that we don't even drink. Like shit we don't even drink. They wouldn't give us not even no Casamigos. Like they're like, oh, you gotta get the 950 table for that. Ew, no, like ain't gonna get one bottle. Child, hell.
Upped it to $9.50 with the alcohol. So the alcohol come with a bundle. So you gotta. So they said, nah, you gotta upgrade to the premium platinum table. That includes the Casamigos. It costs $9.50 for one night. Couple shots of Casamigos, and then that's a scam. That is a scam. Yeah, clubbing ain't it. Clubbing ain't it.
Hell no.
Now she's a real one for that. That whole trying to hustle men at the club for drinks or whatever, that is so played out and immature. That is really sad. Girl, you in your late 20s and 30s, y'all still hustling men for a couple of drinks.
So I don't know if y'all saw, but there's this whole discourse going on Twitter talking about why do clubs suck now and why does club culture suck now? And we don't get into it because I'll tell you why club culture sucks now. Step number 1. Section culture. If y'all really want to understand why clubs suck now, you must understand that section culture has ruined clubs. The fact that y'all want people to pay $300 for a bottle of Hennessy and $1,000 for a section in a club that may or may not bust, but then I can't have no more than 8 people in my section or 5 people in my section is crazy as hell, especially on a random ass Saturday when I'm trying to go outside and have a good time. Another reason why I be telling people all the time that club culture suck, like this one girl said on Twitter, y'all don't play no dancing music in the club, and it's absolutely facts. Like, how do you expect me to dance to Lil Durk and Lil Baby the whole time in the club? That shit just ain't gonna work. Like, don't nobody want to be in the club listening to how you dropped your ops the whole time. Like, play some dance hall, play some bounce music, like play something, but do not play some house music, something, whatever, but do not sit up here and play no like drill the whole time in the club. Don't nobody want to hear that. You can hear that in your car, you can hear that during your smoke sessions. We don't want to hear that in the club. Another reason club culture sucks is because y'all love recording people to embarrass them to put it online. And let me get into it. People usually used to go to the club back in the day in the early 2000s to just get outside, party, celebrate life, and have fun, which is why the lyrics pull up to the club, gas tank on E, but all drinks on me was created in the first place. But y'all love
that was that recession music. that time back in the days where you talk about how you ain't got no money but you still party. That's what they call it, recession pop. Crazy. It was a whole genre dedicated to that, about being broke but still partying. But that was the time that we lived in. Like, it was simple. Like you're there to party and have a good time, dance, social. Like, it shouldn't be this flex culture. Like, I could understand it. Like, now it's like just looking at it, that does not look fun. You're in there, nobody's dancing, nobody's having fun. The music, like, you're listening to trap music at a club where you're supposed to be dancing. You might as well just say that this is just a lounge. This is just a lounge. Get some pool tables, maybe throw a P5 in there. You know, throw in some arcade games and just call it a day, because essentially that's what it is. That's not a club. When I think of a club, I think of just going in there. You hitting it like you hitting it, like you go crazy, you drenched. Everybody's all gathered together. Everybody's hot, all singing the same lyrics simultaneously, and it's just the time of your life. But that's not what it looked like. If somebody was promoting me what a club would look like and they showed me a video of that, I'll be like, yo, there's no way. There's no way. And that's not even just with clubs. That's what house parties, that's what anything that's considered a party, that's what party culture is. We live in such a time where everybody's antisocial. Nobody likes to communicate with each other. People think it's weird if you go out there and dance. Like, nobody even dances anymore. They just go there, they just stand on a wall, socially awkward, or on their phone. It's like, why did you come out in the first place? Like, I don't get, like, I could have stayed my ass at home. If that was like, you could stay in your home, not talk to nobody, listen to music, and just sit on a wall and be on your phone all day. Why get all dolled up or get all fresh, put on a new fit? You know, you with your boys, you hype to go to this party or go to this club just to literally do the same thing that you essentially would do at home. I don't get it.
Love to kiki and laugh at people because maybe they hair sweating out, maybe they wig sweating back, maybe they outfit don't look up to par with you would like. So people are so self-conscious that they would rather stand on the wall the whole time instead of dancing in the club in the party, and y'all wonder why people don't go to the clubs no more.
Yeah, nightclubs are dying, and here's why. I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this. Nobody wants a table anymore. Back in the day when on any given Wednesday, Rihanna and Kim Kardashian could be spotted shaking ass at a table, yeah, that's pretty cool. That definitely had a moment. But now, the bottles, the signs, the sparklers, ugh, boring. In 2024 alone, I partied in 17 different cities around the world. I also work in nightlife as a seasoned PR executive. So when I'm out, I do a lot of looking, I do a lot of field research, I ask a lot of questions. So this is not coming from just one market, this is a worldwide thing. Anyway, the conclusion is nobody's having fun at tables. Everyone is just like sitting there on their phones looking miserable.
Exactly.
No one's dancing, no one's having fun. But here's the solution.
Hey, what are you there for?
If clubs just remove tables in the middle section and open that up as a dance floor, win-win. Right now, clubs, especially in LA, are...
But the thing is, most people are still not going to dance. Like, there's been times where even at house party, any gathering I've seen, like, and I'm not going to generalize and make it seem like every get together is like that. Me personally, I don't party. I don't really go out like that. But when I did, like when my friends used to invite me out to go to a party or something like that, it was essentially the same thing. People just standing around, not really doing, like, there's music playing, and that's what it essentially is. Like, that's the culture that we live in now. It's not like how it was in the early 2000s and the 90s or the 80s where that was their customs. They danced. They had a different ways of doing things. You go out there and start hitting the kid and play, bro, you getting clowned at. You getting posted on. And it shouldn't, because it should just be like, I'm dancing. That's what I'm supposed to do. Like, but it's so ironic that you get made fun of dancing at an event where it's made to dance. That's what it's made for. But some people think it's like they're too cool or it's just too weird and they don't want to. I don't know. I never understood that, but I don't know. I think it's weird. But yeah, having a big ass table in the middle of a spot does not make it any better. You know, it definitely doesn't make it any better. But hey, by all means, if these clubs want to keep losing money, that's all them.
They're so jam-packed with tables that you can't even mix and mingle. Like, if you see a hot guy across the bar, you can't even shoot your shot because there's a bouncer in the way. Tables completely kill the vibe, and you can't even go get a drink at the bar. Like, it's just killing the revenue for the club. Speaking of bottles, vodka and tequila, like, ew, throw it away. Did y'all know that 67% of Gen Z doesn't even drink? Instead of wasting bottles... I'm not even Gen Z, and I don't even drink, and I never have. I drank one time in high school, and I said never again. I've got drunk one time in high school. I said never again. Worst experience. But throughout, I've had a couple drinks, wine coolers here and there, not like too crazy, like just took a sip or anything. But hey, I don't know how people be getting just plastered. Those promoters should just hand out free drink tickets so that people can at least order what they want. My friend group is about 40 people, and none of us have the exact same go-to drink. It just doesn't make sense for all of us to waste money on buying a bottle. The front door is killing your business. If I'm bringing my friends and my money into your club, I should be greeted with at least a smile. They are so hostile. They're like, what are you doing? What do you want? Like, who are you here with? Like, damn, like, I'm just trying to spend money and shake my ass. Like, I'm not here to, like, get arrested. Like, holy hell. Back in the day, that, like, mean door girl era, like, that might have been cute, but now you're just gonna get your club canceled. And, like, people remember that. Like, there's literally a running list in my notes app on my phone of clubs I will never go to. Not because the club sucked or the venue sucked, but because the people at the front door were pricks, and it killed my whole vibe before I was even able to.
Yeah, I never understood that. When I watch videos, or you be seeing like these 7-foot bouncers, and they just mad serious, bro. Like just mad serious. Like it's like you go to the club is to have a good time. It's like, what the fuck you mad? Like, what are you mad for? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand it at all. But, you know, it's just what happens. You know, some people. You know, I think what it is, it's like it's so many different personalities that they're dealing with. So I think they're on edge. You know, they're standing out there. At the end of the day, it is a job, but it's probably so many different personalities and so many different things that they're being aware of that, you know, it just comes with the territory. I'm not saying all bouncers are bad or security is bad when you go to these places, but they could come off probably as hostile, like, you know, an environment. That's the frequency. When you go out there in these spots, the frequency is not there. The vibe is not there. Like, you can feel the negativity when you go to these spots, bro. You can feel the negativity in the air. The music, the intoxication, all these things, it don't make it any better. It just heightens that feel and vibe even more. It puts you in this rattled frequency where you're just like, you're on tilt. There's, you know, like you could always just feel it in the air, like something's about to pop off. Like, it's such a weird dynamic. That's why trap music, liquor, and late night and stuff, it just don't go together. Egos, it don't go together. Like, y'all just stay home.
Walk in.
Now, that's very true. That's one of the reasons I haven't been back to a club in years. The last time I was at a club, the guys doing security, when they were searching me and patting me down, I thought it was a little too aggressive and a little too imposing, let's say. They was too rude, too overly macho. Then I remember the fact that they was charging us more than what they was charging.
That's what it be like. I went over a little bit on this time on this video. I'm about to label this a 2-part series. This is going to be part 1. I'm going to be doing part 2 either later on today or tomorrow, just to wrap this video up. I don't want to go too much because we pretty much get the point. So I want to kind of cover some other things in the next video. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think club culture is dead? Do you think it's dying? Do you think it needs to be revitalized? To me, be honest, I think in this new day and age with social media and then with the music, I don't think it'll ever be revitalized until that frequency changes, till that vibe changes. You need the presence of God to really have a good time. When you have all this negative music that's predicated off of shooting and doing all this stuff, that's the type of vibe you're going to get out when you go to these places. Not to mention you're going to spend a bunch of money. It's just not worth it. You might as well just stay home, throw on some throwbacks, and just call it a night. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Leave a like and leave a comment on down below. Subscribe, and then y'all just give me y'all thoughts and y'all opinions. Before I end this video, I just want to say, give all praises to the Most High God and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And tuned in with another video with Turn Me Up Tony, and I'll see you guys on the next video.